Hi. Hey, can you hear me?
Hi.
There she is. Hey, girl.
This computer.
You were good. That's computers for you.
As soon as I went to go in there, I looked at the time and I'm like, okay. And then it's spinning and I'm like, no,
Not right now.
no, always when I need to do something.
I know. Gosh, I'm so dark.
I know it's dark in here too. The light
You're
is
bright.
terrible.
You're totally right.
That's because I got a light right here.
Uh-huh. That's smart. I wonder if I can make mine brighter. Yeah, that's brighter. There we go.
There you go.
Hey, Andrea. Hi.
Hello.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. It's nice to meet you, Angela and Roxanne.
Hi. Nice to
Hi.
virtually meet you, I guess.
You too.
I love it. It may just be the three of us. I don't know if anyone else is going to get on. I know nights are crazy for everybody, but we are definitely going to record this because I know some people want to watch it. So
Right.
we'll give it maybe another minute and we'll get started so that we're not on too late. I don't like to have calls past, an hour tops, usually 45 minutes if we could knock it out, which we should be able to. So, Andrea, where exactly do you live?
I live in Woodstock, in Georgia. So I'm about 30 minutes north of Atlanta.
Okay, I gotcha. And so how did you meet Megan?
We went to high school together.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
I've known her for a long time.
Well, I think that's so neat how Beachbody does that.
Yeah.
Brings you back together with people. Same with Roxanne and I went to high school. And she's an
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never know.
I know. It's crazy. It's funny because we go to high school with another Beachbody coach, but she's on a different team. So it's funny to see her doing her posts and doing all her, things. And so it's funny because I actually started with Beachbody forever ago, actually with Power 90.
Oh, wow.
And I did that, but I never coached. And then my coach at that time was a sorority sister, but she ended up stopping and she fell off the bandwagon. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, I can't do my I can't do my workout under somebody that's not going to be consistent themselves.
Yeah.
So years later, I saw that Megan started and she was doing, she started doing Beachbody, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, let me give it a try again. So
you could always start it back up, and
I know.
plenty of it's life, right? Some people start it and stop it and then want to coach and then don't want to coach. I'm always like, hey, it's life. We have our different seasons. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
But if you can stay consistent with your workouts, then it's usually works out for the better. Yeah. It works out for everybody. At least that's my motto.
No, that was definitely me. This is my third time coming back to Beachbody, but this time I was like, you know what? I just had a calling. I felt okay, I need to share my journey. And the best way to do it is to be a coach. And so, I was for months after I had my baby girl, I was just okay, I just had that feeling and it wasn't going away. And I was like, okay, it's time to do something. So.
Being spoken to by the universe.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we're glad that you're here, and I'm glad this is your first call, and we'll go ahead and get started over covering some stuff. that y'all saw in the graphic that I did. And, you know, we'll basically just keep it to a few things. I want to go over a few topics and chime in whenever, you know, like I said, I am recording this, but don't feel like you can't talk just like we're in front of each other. So what I'm going to do is, let me share my screen real quick. There's my son's homework. Let's move. Okay, so I just put this together to kind of show y'all what we did as a team. And as a team, basically, it's anyone in my downline and their downline. So for last month, our team helped 25 people, which I think is awesome. And the way you get that is by Success Club points. So you see how many each person got and add it all up. And basically, you know, you get 2 points per person. So we had 50 points, which means we helped 25 people. And that either means with Shakeology Home Direct, obviously for Success Club points, or challenge packs for those other Success Club points. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, September's a tough month to get people on board historically. And you know, not for everybody. But it, you know, the summer's over and you're headed into the holidays and school's back in, and, you know, a lot of people aren't ready to start their fitness journeys at that time. So, you know, I think that's what's so great about what Beachbody keeps doing about launching new programs and new products and changing things up, because they know there's always got to be something new coming out to have their coaches show people and share with people. So, for October, I'm going to share the Make Your Mark. Where did it go? There it is. So, you know, there's always a monthly Success Club prize or contest or promotion or whatever they want to do for the month. So this month is called Make Your Mark. So basically what they did is you have 4 markers that you can hit this month. The first marker is the ongoing Success Club promotion that's already been established from July to December. If you hit Success Club once in that period, you earn a prize. If you hit Success Club 3 times in there, you earn a prize. And if you hit it all 6 months, you earn another prize. So that's kind of your first goal for the month, is to keep qualifying for those Success Clubs in that time period. And I think I left up the graphic. Yeah, I did. So 1 month you earn the hat, 3 months you earn, if you hit it 3 times, you earn the yoga tank, and 6 times you get the duffel bag. So that's a cool promotion. But then you've got these next 3. So in the month of October, if you hit Success Club 10, or you hit Success Club 5 and you sign up a coach underneath you, you hit marker number 2 and you get this water bottle. And then so on and so forth. More points, more coaches, that kind of thing. So this month they're kind of rewarding you for sharing your journey with people that also want to share their journey with others by signing up coaches. So anyway, I just wanted to hit on that. That's all in your back office. And I really wanted to start with the To Be Mindset program, just to make sure everyone's familiar with it. You know, it's the first program, and Roxanne's going to get into this, so I'm not going to steal her thunder here. She's the master. But this is the first program that Beachbody has done that's not just that's not workouts and nutrition. You know, the hype's always around workouts and what's the new program and who's the new trainer. And not everybody wants to do that. Some people literally just want to focus on their nutrition. So I'm going to turn this over to Roxanne so she can give us some info on the program and what she did to get certified, so that as coaches, we are not timid or shy to put this program out there if you haven't done it. Because you can promote anything that you've never done in Beachbody. You don't have to be an expert at everything. So I am going to stop sharing my screen. And Roxanne, do you see where you can share yours?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, I'm going to let you go ahead.
I've never done this. So.
That's okay. Just click share and it should say desktop, and you just click on your desktop.
There it is.
Look at you.
Hold on. Now I got okay.
You're good. I'm gonna move us up here out of the way.
Okay. I know, like everything is like all on top of each other. All right.
No, you're good. All right, I'm gonna let you roll with it, girl.
Okay. So I purchased the To Be Mindset program, and since I was already doing the Shakeology, what is the monthly thing called where you get it shipped?
Home Direct.
Yes. So I already had that, so I didn't do the challenge pack, but I got the actual program and I started it right away. So I had done Weight Watchers before. I had done the 21-day fix containers, and I always felt like, even with both of those, I was starving. Like I was so hungry all the time. And when this came out, I thought, I'm going to try this, since I tried Weight Watchers, and I've done Weight Watchers several times. So I wanted to try this because it was different. And I really liked that. And it seemed very simple. And it is very simple. And it's simple to do with your family. So I have I have a husband and I have 2 boys. And my one oldest kid eats nonstop. Like this kid is like a carb machine. So when I told them I was doing this, they were like, okay, well, what can't we eat? And I said, well, I'm still going to cook healthy, but I will. So what I do for them is I make carbs to go with it. And I'll get into really quickly the way that you build your meals. And I think that's where that mindset shift happens. And it really is a mindset. And it sounds kind of cliche to say that, but when you start getting into the program and you watch the videos, and it just makes sense. And for me, I thought it was really easy to be able to follow. And it's all laid out in here. So if you go to Beachbody On Demand, once you purchase it, you can go ahead and click on this. And I actually did all of this on my phone through the Beachbody On Demand app, which was way easier than sitting down at the computer. I could take my phone with me. I usually watch the videos like while I was eating after I worked out. But I like that it really teaches you what you should be eating and how you should be eating. So most of the time, we have carbs at dinner, whether it's potatoes or beans or something like that. So this is a completely different shift. So it was a little bit to get used to. I think your body has to adapt to no matter what you're doing, whether it's a workout, nutrition, anything. But once you get that kind of like really in your mind that you want this to work and you're gonna make it work, it's awesome. And everything is in the videos. So if you ever forget anything, it's in your app. If you ever want to rewatch a video, they're all in there, which I think is great. And you can watch them like at your leisure. You don't have to watch I think there's like 45 videos, which sounds like a ton, but a lot of them are recipes. But they're nice to go back and reference if you're kind of stuck for something that you want to have for lunch and you're not sure. You can go right in there and look at all the options that she's got. And there's stuff all over online. There's stuff on Pinterest, and stuff like that. And you can come up with your own things once you get used to it. But so when you first get the program, I don't have my tracker anymore because I filled it up and I actually recycled it because I'm trying to like declutter things. But you can do that in the app. So hopefully this will work. There we go. So once you buy the program, you can download this Beachbody Nutrition Plus app. And that's where I've been tracking all of my stuff. So you can track your water, your weight for the day. And I religiously weigh myself every morning. You can track your shakes if you want, and then all of your meals. So there's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and you can keep adding onto it, which is great. You can go back in and edit it. So if you have something else that you ate for lunch, you just go right back in there. But it gives you all of like the paper tracking right in the app. So if you're out to eat or if you're at a get together, you can track it right then and there if you want to. And I do that. I don't really care. Like, I don't care if anybody sees me tracking, or they may ask like, oh, hey, what are you doing? So they may like roll their eyes, or they may be like, ooh, that seems interesting. So I'm hoping it's more of an interest thing. But so when you get your program, you get your paper tracker, you get access to this and the app, the Nutrition Plus app, but then you get, I don't know if you can get these books. So there's like a getting started guide. There is This is the go-to guide. So if you need reference, you could stick this like in your purse when you first start it. I'm so used to it now that I don't even really access this stuff anymore. But, and then you've got like a little recipe book. And I've used quite a few of these things in here. And they're really good. But the whole premise of the program is you're supposed to do water first. So always drink water first, and then it's veggies most. So that's how you build pretty much everything. And it explains it all really easily, like in the book, in this little guide. So it'll show you basically all your steps. I mean, it is really that simple. And then the go-to guide, that's the one where it'll show you, you know, your food lists, kind of like with the 21-day fix where you had the lists of foods that you could eat. It's basically the same thing in here. So it'll explain different things in here. And she also has more of the nutritional facts in here. So if you're unsure about like a carb, if it's healthy or if you should have it, there's a little list in here that tells you calories, fiber, and all the other stuff. So it tells you where you want to be at. But like I said, I'm a creature of habit. I eat the same things. And I know you do too, Angela, because I see your food. You and your zoodles. But, and do you eat those cold?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, no, I can't do it. Like I try, I can't. Every time I see your thing with like zoodles and shrimp, I'm just like, oh, I can't. I couldn't do it.
Not like zoodles.
But in here, it'll show you, and it even has guides for like, I want you guys to see this, like restaurants. So if you go to like a Chinese restaurant, it'll give you ideas of what to eat until you're more comfortable with like making those good choices. But honestly, everything is in this app here. Let's see, I'll show you. So you get all of these videos. So and some of them are pretty short, but she goes and she explains like a new way to look at the food groups, totally throwing out the window everything we learned as like kids and like growing up. Just toss that out the window, because she explains it, and when she explains it and why you eat things at certain times makes a lot of sense, because you don't want to have carbs later in the day because you're not going to burn up the energy from the carbs, so it's stored then as fat. So you're going to have your carbs in the morning, a little in the afternoon, and then none at dinner, ideally. Like tonight, I did have some carbs, but I was pretty good for the rest of the day. But once you start tracking, it also will inform you what foods work with your body and what don't. So I know what I can eat and what I can't eat if I want to like lose weight or at least maintain. So I've lost and maintained roughly 11 pounds since June. And I've worked out on top of that too. So that factors in, right? But, you know, and I, Angela knows this, I get discouraged because I'm not losing the weight that I would like to lose, but I think there's some underlying issues with me, but that's a whole other thing. But I'm still following it. Like I still stick to it, and I'm still really good about it because I know how I feel when I eat good. You know, like when you eat healthy, you eat like this program tells you to eat, it works for me. And I don't feel bloated. I'm never hungry. Like I'm never just like, you know, you're like ravaged at the end of the day. You're like, I need to eat something. I don't feel like that with this. I think it's more of a habit thing that I feel like, oh, I could probably have something, but I usually don't. So it really is a total shift in how you look at food instead of, you know, some of the other programs just for me personally did not work. And this to me is easy. And I've stuck with it the longest I've ever stuck with anything. And I have no plans on ever stopping. And that was the big reason why I went certified. You know, I did the certification.
Right. Roxanne, I was going to say, explain like the premise of Plate It, like what the Plate It approach is.
So the Plate It, let me go back because I want to make sure I'm like referring this correctly. But so at breakfast, what you're going to do, let me find where the Plate It thing is. See, it's been so long since I even opened this thing. Okay. So for breakfast, what you're going to do is you're going to have you're going to take your plate and you're going to do 50% protein and 50% FFCs, which are fiber filled carbs. So that's going to be things like, your breads and any fruit. Those are all carbs. So basically anything on that FFC list will fall into that. And then you're going to do half of your protein, which could be your Shakeology. That could be everything. If you went in and you added in some FFCs in there, so if you added fruit or anything like that, you could do that. And for breakfast, veggies are extra credit. So if you have vegetables, even better. So basically, you're just going to try to eat as many vegetables as you can in like one day. So that's breakfast. Breakfast is usually like totally the easiest part. But you're supposed to always start with water first. So she says 16 ounces before your first bite. And that's for every meal. So that you're putting water in so you're not filling up on additional calories you don't need. So that's the reason why she says water first. So always drink water first. It'll help fill your stomach. And it really does work. It sounds hokey, but it totally works. And I think after a while, your body kind of like craves it. Like as soon as I get up in the morning, I've got to drink water. Like I have to. And I've never drank this much water in my entire life. And yes, I'm in the bathroom like all day, but I know that this is why I'm lucky that I stay home, because when I have to go out, I have to plan it. I'm like, all right, if I go before I leave, and then when I get to the store, my kids know. They're like, Mom, do you have to go to the bathroom? I'm like, yeah, I do. But they know because they see me, and I literally take this everywhere I go. I'm sure people think I'm crazy, but I take it with me because otherwise I'm not going to drink it. So, and then for lunch, you do, again, water first. So do your 16 ounces of water. And the bottle that they give you is awesome. It's 30 ounces. So you figure if you drink about half of it, then you start eating. So that's an easy way to go. And that's why I use this all the time, because it's 30 ounces. It's easy for me to remember, okay, I should probably drink at least 3 of these a day. And I usually end up drinking more, which blows my mind that I can take in that much water, honestly. Like I never drank that much water before, ever. But so for lunch, you're going to do your 16 ounces first. And your plate is going to be a little different. So it's going to be 50% veggies, 25% protein, and 25% FFCs. So half of your plate should be veggies. So like today I had, I didn't do that great on my lunch, but I saved my FFC for my snack a little bit later. But I had a salad. I had a leftover, we had like kale and cheese sausages the other night. So I had one of those. And then my FFC I just saved for later because honestly, I really wasn't that hungry at lunch. So I had a banana like maybe an hour or 2 later. So then your snack is optional. So she calls them snacktionals. So you don't have to have a snack, but if you're hungry, she wants you to have it between lunch and dinner. So instead of having one like in the morning, which I've never needed one in the morning, ever, even when I first started it, I was just like, this is just too much food. I can't. And then with all the water that you're drinking, you're full. So for your snack, again, water first. So do your 16 ounces. And then she wants you to start with veggies if you do a snack. So it's going to be just like your lunch plate. So 50% veggies, 25% protein, 25% FFC. So you could do something like, you could have some carrot, and she does consider carrots a vegetable, which is awesome because I am not one, and most people aren't, for eating like other raw vegetables. Like I'll do pepper slices. Cucumbers give me heartburn, which is very weird. So I can't really do cucumbers, even though I love them. I regret it later. Sugar snap peas and carrots. So again, normally peas are going to be like a carb, but she's like, just if they're veggies, I'm happy that you're eating them. So that would be for your snack. So you could do some cut up veggies, and you can even do ranch. And she's got a lot of these little tricks with this program, and you can actually have ranch, like bottled ranch dressing if you want. You can make your own too. But what she does is she'll tell you to dilute it. So you would dilute it with lemon juice, lime juice, or water. And it really does work because then you're using less of it, but it feels like you're eating more of it. So it'll help spread that. So you're not taking in as many of those calories, but she's all for letting you have that. So I'm like I love ranch. Ranch is like my thing. I'm like, please don't make me give up ranch. But so then for dinner, again, you're going to do water first. So 16 ounces of water. And your dinner plate, I think, is probably the hardest to switch, especially if you're used to eating carbs like at night. But once you start doing it, you just start to look for recipes that have more veggies in it. So it's 75% veggies and 25% protein. So I usually will just do like whatever protein that we have. Like if we have chicken, I'll have one, depending on the size of the chicken breast, I'll have one or half. And then I just fill the rest of my plate with vegetables. Some nights it's real simple. And I posted that thing that I made last night, that zucchini pizza casserole. It's pretty much all veggies and it was so good and the kids loved it. So that's like a win in my book. If they love it, I'm going to make it again because it's hard to get them to eat like this. Their thing, well, actually, Mikey had said to me, I had made squash like 3 times in 1 week. And he goes, Mom, if you make squash again, I don't think I'm going to eat. And he was dead serious.
That is true.
He just goes, that is true.
Like I said that.
But he'll pick through it and he's like, is there squash in here? And I'm like, no, not today.
Not today.
No, not today. So it's just when you're cooking for like a family, you do have to get a little more creative. But what I'll do is I will make like, if it's something like, like chicken and vegetables, I will make them like either, baked potatoes or sweet potatoes or something, pasta. I actually haven't eaten pasta, I don't think, since I started this. And you know what? I don't miss it. Is that weird?
No.
Like I don't miss it at all. But I could have it. I just need to have it at lunch. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, I really believe in this program, and that's why I signed up to do the certification, because I really felt that like this is just like one of those life-changing like programs that I could sustain and I could do this forever, and I think it also helps teach the kids, like, just because, we have to have more vegetables doesn't mean it has to be boring or, it doesn't taste good. You just have to get creative, especially with the kids. But I just hope that this is something they'll stick with and they'll put into use later in life. But the certification, so here's the workbook. So you pay, I paid the fee, and then I got like this like link, I think it was a while ago, so I don't remember. But I signed up for like a live call, but that with Alana. So she's like the creator of To Be Mindset. And I think that on the 16th. So it's in is that next week?
I think it's
or the week after.
Mm-hmm.
The week after. So, but it's coming up soon. I really don't know what it is. I'm not really sure, but I think it's just a live call with her in a small group, kind of like this, where you can ask questions and things like that. But I learned so much more doing this certification. Basically, you learn like the statistics, and it's really eye-opening when you learn this stuff, when you learn that 1 in 3 Americans are obese. I mean, that was just like, it just totally blew my mind. And it was just kind of like, you just want to like have everybody do stuff like this because it is easy. And I think hearing those numbers really kind of like, it was like a shock factor almost. Like I knew it was high, but I didn't think it was that high. And that to me was like, it just blew my mind that many people are obese, for various reasons or whatever. But even still, like, and it gives you statistics for so many different things in here. And I took notes like crazy, like look at this. Those are my notes on the side. So, and the nice thing with the certification is it's kind of like the videos that are in when you purchase the program for on demand. So you can go in there and you can watch them kind of at your leisure. You don't have, there's not like a time limit where you have to watch them. You can go in and they're singly done. So each section is its own video, which I think is really neat. So it's not, you know, you're not just sitting reading things. It's her talking and her explaining these things. And you can pause it. I paused it so many times so that you could take notes. And I will say, if you're going to do the certification, take really good notes because you will use them for the actual test at the very end. So, because I wasn't sure what to expect because there's not really any like forewarning. It's just like, here's your test, here you go. So take good notes. But you can, you know, as you're going through the test, it's kind of nice. So I got stuck on a couple questions and I went back and I referred to my notes. And I had to go and search for some of them because some of them are kind of tricky the way that they're worded. But if you take good notes, you should be good. So, and I thought that it went a lot quicker than I had anticipated. But I did. I mean, there's so much in here to learn. So she splits this into 3 parts. So there's learn it. So you learn more of the science behind certain things and you learn the statistics, like I was saying about the obesity and studies and things like that. And she gives you links within this document that you get in the workbook. So if you want to go read more about that particular study that she has in here, she has a link for it. So if you want to go back later on, you can do that, which is awesome. So if you have somebody that has questions or they want to know a little bit more, like, you know, she's got a study in here. Drinking 16 ounces before each meal led to 44% greater weight loss. Well, if somebody wants to know more about that, you can go ahead and you can share that study with them, or you can go to the study and pull out what you want to tell them. So it's kind of nice to have that reference point if there are people that are asking for more scientific type of data, you know, like, well, why? Why is that the case? So that's the learn it part. So you'll learn about basically how everything works and why she says veggies most. And then there's sections in here that say like mentoring for success. So what she does is she goes over some objections that people may have. And I can see these being totally questions people would say. And then what you do is she'll explain what the objection is, like, about veggies most. One of the things was they're too expensive. So she talks about how to answer when people come to you with the question like, oh, well, I can't do that. Vegetables are too expensive. So it helps you mentor people in a better way so that you do have an answer. And if you don't have an answer, you can go back to this, you know, and rewatch it, which is awesome. So that's the learn it part. So she talks about like everything in the program. She talks about the scale, the reason why she suggests going on a scale every single day, as much as you don't want to. There's days I don't want to, but I do it. I think since June, I've only missed like one day where I didn't weigh myself, and it was Saturday. I don't know. We got up and we went off to do things and we're in the car and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't weigh myself today. Oh no. Like I was like totally bummed that I didn't weigh myself, but yeah, see? And Mike even said, he's like, I remember that because I did. I said it out loud. I'm like, oh my God. You know, my husband's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I didn't weigh myself this morning. And he's like, okay. But so she just gets more into the food groups and just different things like with everything. And she gives you suggestions for what she considers vegetables, what she considers FFCs. So more like your butternut squash and things like that. So he'll be happy. And then, so she goes through literally each of the food groups. And then she goes over the plate it part. And yes, you are tested on that part. And then the second part is live it. So she explains how to be positive in what you're sharing and things like that, because she said that this program, positive words lead to positive results. And it's true. And I can tell you that for sure. And again, your mindset is literally everything. And I've told Mike this, that it might sound silly, but you know, learning all of this stuff with this program has helped me in other ways. and you don't think of it that way. You think, oh, I'm just learning how to eat the correct way, what I should be eating, what's healthy. But it really is way more than that. I got so much more out of this program than I ever thought. Just as far as like, just trying to be positive. And I know I've shared my struggles with you, Angela, about, weight loss and, stuff like that. And I just have to like turn around and be like, no, it's all good. I'm still doing good things. So, and I keep going, keep trucking. So that's this part of it. So, and then it explains that there's different types of hunger and how we eat. We emotionally eat, especially women. I mean, I know I emotionally ate before I started this year in January, and that's what led to all my weight gain. And so it talks about what emotional hunger is, kind of how to help people overcome that, what to say to them in a positive way. But she really reinforces being positive towards people. Even if they're being negative, she wants us to try to turn their mind around to look at things in a more positive way. And I really think that we need that, like all across the board, not just with other women that we're coaching or mentoring, but also with our kids and, things like that. I mean, we need to set a good example. And I think this really does help because it teaches you how to do that, with strangers, with people you love, with yourself. I think that's like a big part of it, was I started looking at certain things that I was saying, and she goes over that. She talks about the things that you should not say, especially to yourself. And she does touch on that. And I think, after I watched that, I was just kind of like, I never realized that me saying simple things like that, where you say like, oh, I'm so fat, or I'm starving, and she says, don't say those things. So there's things that she touches on like that are, it really makes you stop and think, like, and it goes way beyond eating. Like I said, I mean, this program is so much more than that. And I would encourage anybody to try it. Like, honestly, I mean, I love it, but I would totally encourage anybody to try it. And then the last part is lead it. So she explains how to live that to be mindset lifestyle, that you're supposed to lead by example. I mean, I know as coaches, they tell us to do that, be a product of the product. And this is the same thing. You can't tell people, you got to eat your veggies most if you're not doing it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't tell people, oh, well, you're not eating enough veggies. You need to up your veggies. Well, if I'm not doing it, I'm going to feel crappy if, I'm telling somebody else to do it, So it talks about like what to share on social media, how to share it in a positive way. And that's her main thing. Keep it positive always, and then she talks about the core values of the program. And she likes to do these kind of like acronyms where they'll say lead to lake. So it means live the lifestyle, actively listen, keep it positive always, effectively engage. So she's got like all these like little sayings and stuff, not just I don't think you can see it, probably because of the light. But you can kind of see on the water bottle where she's got like little sayings on here. And in the videos, she explains all this stuff, like treat, not cheat. And she explains how your mindset really also leads into that too, leads to you overeating and things like that, especially with treats. So it's just literally everything is in here for you to learn with this program. And since doing this, I've learned, like I said, so much more. And I think I would feel more comfortable working with people, trying to help them overcome their own mindset with, because when I first said veggies most, I'm like, I don't want to eat that many veggies. Like, that's a lot of, like, I had trouble with the 21-day fix because I felt like, oh my God, I need to eat like 3 green containers. But I think this to me is easier. This is way easier. And this is way more vegetables than 3 green containers. I can tell you that. But I think what I like about this too is that, you don't have to measure anything out. I mean, you look at your plate and you can kind of divide it in your head. I mean, breakfast is easy. It's half and half. Dinner is where it gets more complicated. But like I said, once you start doing it, it's just so much easier. I just always grab my veggies first. And I have found that I do buy more vegetables because I'm the one eating. Like if we do like a frozen bag, I take like the entire bag almost. And then everybody's like, where's the vegetables? And I'm like, I bought another bag. I got another one. But so the test though is like 50 questions. And as long as you take really good notes, you can refer back to it throughout the entire test. And at the very end, when you're done with the 50th question, you just like submit it and it tells you immediately, if you passed and what your score was. So it'll tell you, and then it'll pop up with the little certificate that you can print out. And then there's all this stuff that you can share with people. Like there's graphics, there's flyers, there's, logos and stuff. And then you can also be part of a master team if you want. So it's an additional fee every month, but you get even more support. So you're put, I believe, in like a separate Facebook group, I want to say, where you could post questions. If maybe there's an objection that wasn't covered in your training, you can go ahead and go on that group and it's filled with other mentors. So there's that option too. But I don't know. I think it's
great.
It's easy. It's so easy.
Yeah. I mean, you think you covered all the points of it, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to get across was in general and your certification. And that was a really good synopsis of all of it. So thank you so much.
I know. And it's a lot of info. It really is. Condensed down, and it's probably like people are going to be like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff. But as with any of the programs, once you get your materials and you read through it, it's a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Like once you get it, at least this kind of gave the gist of it. But yeah. And what I like is that if you ever want to watch a video again, like she shows you how to shop a grocery store. She shows you like how you can go in the produce section and what you can do with different vegetables and stuff like that, which I think is great. So if you ever get stuck or you're kind of falling off, you can go right back and watch those videos again. And she encourages it before you do the certification, that you can go back and rewatch all of those videos. I did rewatch a couple of them. I did not watch all of them because there's quite a bit. But I thought I had a pretty good handle on the program. And I guess I did because I passed. So
well, I'm so happy that you did, and that this is now something, under your belt that you can take that empowers you to talk to people and you feel good about it. And, not everybody that watches this or that knows has to get certified, but,
right.
It can be that program over here in the corner that people haven't really dove into yet, that are scared to and just kind of push it aside because it's not a workout program. It's just nutrition. And all of our programs come with nutrition manuals and guides.
Right.
So I think that's important.
I'm speaking for me, but I know that there are some people that will look at the nutrition plans that come with the programs and it's a little overwhelming. I know at first, when I first did it, it was overwhelming for me. And I'm just like, whoa, there's so much here to learn. But I think most people I found, struggle with the nutrition aspect. Mm. It's not so much the working out. It's what to eat and when to eat and how to eat, especially when you go out.
Right.
And there's a lot of times where my husband can attest to it. I will ask ahead of time, I don't care if somebody is offended if I ask, like, what are you having for dinner? Or what do you plan on having for lunch? Because I need to make sure that, I'm eating how I need to eat. Otherwise, I won't eat it. And then I'm the one that's hungry. Yeah. But I would rather not eat it than to eat something that's going to make me feel bad later.
Totally. Agreed.
But I think this helps, though.
Yeah.
So it just helps you be more prepared. I may not eat zoodles and shrimp cold in the car, but I can't.
I'll eat anything. Okay, move on. Right? Eat it. What's next on my calendar?
Oh my God.
Not eating. Okay. Well, thank you, Roxanne. I appreciate that so much.
Good. I'm glad. And if anybody had questions or anything, I mean, I know that they can. What?
Okay. No, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
So.
Okay, if you want to stop sharing your screen, and then I'll share mine again to wrap up.
Let's see.
A few other.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
Yeah. Until I get a spray tan today, I'm like, I look red in this light, but goodness gracious. Okay, so let me share mine, and I'm going to go back to, let's move this.
Sorry, I didn't mean for it to take so long. It's just there's so much to it.
You are fine.
I just saw what time it was, and I'm like,
that is perfect. Don't you worry about it. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to cover was Lyft. Now, not that we all need to be schooled on Lyft, but I just wanted to bring up a couple things. If Andrea, are you doing Lyft?
No, I actually started Shift Shop this week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shift shopping it too. Okay, so for Lyft, this program, some people may be a little scared. I mean, look at the graphic of Joel. That may not be something that every woman wants to work out with. Yes, he's very good looking, but it may be intimidating. So I think it's important that everybody knows that right here, there's a free workout, literally in this banner. So if someone's trying the Beachbody On Demand trial for the 2 weeks, they have access to that free workout that they can try it. And actually, I think that may have only applied before it came out, now that I think about it. Because if they try the free trial, Lyft's going to be on there like everything else. But this is like the pre-workout. They can give it a shot and do that. Or down here. Excuse me. So I really love this program. I'm not going to get into all of that, but I think it is literally like you hired a personal trainer. You've got leg day, you've got shoulder day, you've got back and bis, you've got chest and tris. And there's a little bit of a cardio component in there as well with the HIIT, and that you're working your core every single day. And so I love that about it. So I just wanted to touch on that when you're speaking to people and you want to talk to them about what you're doing or a new program that's out, you can tie in, it's like having a personal trainer. You may go meet your personal trainer only 4 days a week. And you have room to do other things in your life. So, different programs appeal to different people. I love that it's a different workout every single day that I do it. Yes, they're all, you do legs once a week and they're very similar, but it's not the same words that you remember every time. Just like 80-Day Obsession wasn't the same workout every time either. I really like that about it. It's more real time. So take these little tidbits of these launches that come out to help you promote it. So like if you want to share on social media about Lyft, you can literally just say, hey, it's literally like I meet a personal trainer 4 days a week. It's 30 to 35 minutes at the gym with him, but except it's at the house, just stuff like that. You never know what's going to appeal to somebody. But what I wanted to hit on, one other thing before I move off of Lyft, because everything's about Lyft right now, is there is a challenge group guide. And so, if you're like, I don't know how to run a challenge group, or I don't know what to talk to somebody about that maybe purchased it. So let's say you're not running a challenge group and you just have a customer that has a BOD subscription and you're their coach and they're asking you some info on it. You can pull up a challenge group guide. It literally goes through all 7 days of prep, including videos that you can download on YouTube and send them the link to. It literally goes through every single prep day, and then it starts on day one, and it'll talk about the workout and different things about it. And there's a video every week. So, just because the challenge group guide is in there and you may not be running one, it's a lot of great information. So it literally goes through the entire program. So
where is that?
There is a new website now called tbbgroupguides.com. It just came out. Otherwise, it's in the tools section of your coach back office.
Okay, under tools. Okay.
So it'll
That's
be,
awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Here, I'll
Mhm.
show you, and I'll show you too, Andrea. If you go under, let's see, monitor my business. No, um, I think maybe it's in training. Let's see. I don't remember where it was. All I know is it's got its own website now. Here it is. Grow My Business Challenge Group.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
So anyway, that's all I really had on Lyft. That's all I wanted to bring up. Just whenever there is a launch, that is, as a coach, that is usually hands down what you do every single time there's a launch. You hop on the bandwagon, because people that you don't know that know Beachbody are seeing stuff all about Lyft, but they don't have a coach, or someone they know that's doing Beachbody is doing it, and there's always a buzz around any launch. So I always try to do the same program when a launch comes out. It doesn't always happen. I mean, I was doing my bikini competition training and I missed that. And I did the Ultimate Reset in January, so I missed the start of 80 Day Obsession. So I'm really not following what I preach, but usually I always start the same program so that I can share my journey on social media. So when you think, okay, I don't have anything to post today, you always have your workout to post. And if it's when a launch is going on, that's like a double whammy for you, because you've got people, and if you're tagging Lyft or hashtagging it, or getting in on all of that, there's people searching for that stuff. Not everybody's searching for Chalene Extreme anymore, or P90X. They are doing P90X, but you know what I'm saying. So just keep that in mind when the next program comes out, which the Shaun T program comes out in December. That's going to be huge. So, I always look at my calendar and say, okay, what program am I going to be doing? When does it stop? When does the next one start? When is the next launch? Just kind of always be looking at that, because that's your greatest tool as a coach, is to hop on a launch. So that's Lyft. Proving Grounds is the next one, and I've already got it pulled up right here from the back office. So, Shift Shop, as y'all know, came out, I guess it was last year. Is it last year? Yeah. And they have decided to kind of revamp it, add some workouts. So they've launched new challenge packs, new completion packs. There's 2 new quick shift prep workouts that you can do. There's a free sample Shift Shop workout. All the program materials have been updated. You can get the $20 off some of the packs just this month. You can also be invited to a live stream with Chris if you purchase, or one of your customers purchase, any of the packs between the 1st and the 7th. So we only have a few more days to qualify to get in that thing with Chris. But on the 22nd, you've got the new Proving Ground workouts. There's 2 of them. On the National Wake Up Call, Chris explained a little bit of how that works, but it's just kind of revamping the program that's already been out. And I think that's smart. I don't think their timing is exactly smart. Roxanne and I were talking about this, but nevertheless, they're revamping programs, and I think that's good, because you've got people that like them already that may want a little bit more, that may want to redo them with a little new flair. So let's see. I guess that, what is that, 3 weeks from today? Proving Grounds? Yeah, 3 weeks from this past Monday. The Proving Grounds will be out. So if you are in, did I have it pulled up? I thought I did. If you're in BOD and you go to the workouts, and y'all already know this, I'm doing this for the recording, you've got Shift Shop sitting right there up front, and you will see the free sample workout here. And then under Prep Week, here's your 2 new quick shift programs that they just launched. So those are new. And then if you go in the program materials, they've updated the Jumpstart Guide right here. Oh, I can't highlight that. So in the Jumpstart Guide, it explains the Proving Ground workouts and how they are going to fit into the program. So anyway, last thing I want to mention about this is the nutrition. I have used their nutrition guide, their their meal planning, their very simplistic approach to eating from Shift Shop in clean eating groups or in free meal groups or whatever, to help free customers that join that group figure out what they're going to eat for the week and how much they need to eat. Because I like how Shift Shop does it. It's super simple, to the point. It is not like the 21 Day Fix where you're like, blow my brains out, even though the 21 Day Fix meal plan is awesome and it works. But I think that, for anybody, I just literally did screenshots of some of the Nutrition Guide plans and uploaded those in a free clean eating group. And I said, find which plan you fall under. That's what you're going to eat. It's that simple. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, that's another thing you can hop on board and promote on social media, that there's new workouts coming out to this program. They'll be available soon. You can create hype around it. You can hold up your agility markers. When Shift Shop came out last year, and so many coaches were like writing things on their agility markers and, like motivational stuff and showing it to the screen and taking pictures and saying, believe in yourself or whatever. You can just do fun stuff like that. That's eye-catching. I'm the first one to say I'm not as creative on social media as I wish I was, but I think I saw so much fun stuff. Hashtag programs. Go see what other coaches are doing, because I think that there's some really creative ones out there. Okay, so that is Proving Grounds. Really not a whole lot, just a couple new workouts on an existing program. And then lastly, what I want to talk about, we are almost at an hour, so let me wrap this up. I want to run a free clean eating group for our team, and I like to keep them pretty short. So 3 days is usually as long as I want to do it for. But I thought we could do it as a team. We can promote it as a team. And I would like to do it in a few weeks. So I was thinking of October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. That's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've done 5-day groups, 7-day groups, 1-day groups, groups that start on Mondays, groups that start on Sundays. I've tried it all. And I think I've done a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I know Mondays are hard for a lot of people. It's kind of like get Monday behind you, and then you can maybe do something for yourself, right? As a mom or a woman. Mondays are just crazy. You're just getting your week started, and it's hard to prep for a clean eating group on a Sunday when you're getting kids, homework done and backpacks ready and lunches ready to go. And, you have to think about who you're marketing to when you're trying to get people in these clean eating groups, and they're the people that are just like you doing exactly what you do. So for me, I know a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if I were to join a free clean eating group, sounds a little less crazy than a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Monday through Friday. So I thought we would try that. It's about 3 weeks away. It'll be the week before Halloween. I think that that'll be a fine time to do it. So I will put it out in our group. We can all share the same graphic, or you can make your own. I think it's real important to have your face on it. We will get a team-wide kind of game plan together on who will do what each day and what we want to contribute, and if we want to do live videos, whatnot. But I think if enough of us do it, it could really propel your business or some few interested people into, some November challenges or November challenge packs or Shakeology sales or whatever. So I will post info about that as it gets closer, but mark that down tentatively. But anyway, that was about it. We are right at 9:00. Roxanne, did you have anything before I stop recording?
I don't think so.
Okay. We can always talk on the side. I guess.
Yeah. I'm excited for Proving Grounds.
I know. Me too.
I am. Although these workouts, the hybrid that I'm doing, kicking my butt.
Ooh, good. Well, you know what?
Like a good way.
What?
I said in a good way. At least right now it's good. Tomorrow morning, I don't know.
Oh, I know. I know.
Oh my God.
Let me stop recording. Hold on.